Hi everyone, how are you? It's the time of the year where I'm sure a few of us, or a great number of us, is discerning how's the year been and how do we move forward. Maybe we are considering the stage of life where we are in terms of our work and our business. And how many of you have thought of taking up journaling? I'm sure you did consider it, maybe probably this year or the year before. And in the course I teach in the University of Indiana, where we talk about holistic leadership, we do encourage leaders to do journaling because it's very helpful in helping you to discern and to reflect on your daily work and how it can help shape a better personal development for your own growth purposes. But it's not easy. It's something that requires discipline. And just the other day I was having two different conversations, one with an entrepreneur who has exited his business and he's looking to do something else in his life. Another person, he has a long career in various organizations and he's looking to start something new. And even as we may have different experiences, just like these two friends whom I met, and there are different experiences, there are different insights that they have gained over the years. It's hard to summarize it and put it together. And in transformation of organizations, for example, one of the key things is to be very mindful of the core principles, or what we call decision framework, based on your strengths, based on your belief systems, and based on what makes you different. And this is something I shared in my TEDx talk, Great Strategy by Design. And this is also my own personal experience very early in my life when I was starting out. There are a lot of things that I could do. Plenty of options, plenty of offers, people asking me to join the organization, to be part of to be groomed, right? To be one of the possible leaders, or should I stay in consulars, where I chose to in the end, in order to build a different kind of business, right? One that can impact by choosing to implement a very different type of methodology to ignite purpose and unity. So it takes a lot of courage, but it also takes a lot of time in order to help you clarify your thoughts. And that's why early on in my life, and also this is something that we did in Consulars almost 20 years ago, where we started helping our specialist teams, whether they are in business, whether they are designers, to identify, right, what is your personal ability, what's your belief system, what's your influence, right, what do you love and what do you hate, and then eventually to help them discover, right, their differentiation, right, and what makes them unique individuals, so that they are strong in their core. So this idea of core principles, right, and we found that it has been very useful, and we have since introduced this to universities, to organizations, and that's why in June, when we announced that we are going to introduce this to everyone in the form of my master plan. The idea was really to spread the use of this tool, right? A very clarifying kind of a framework. And so I'm very happy that finally, after all the processes that you can ever imagine to develop this tool, which is very beautiful design by Vincent and myself and the team, is finally here. So in this, it's not a journal, it is essentially a wayfinding guidebook for you to identify your core principles of what drives your vision for yourself and the vision of the journey you seek to go towards, right? And it asks you fundamental questions, right? So what it does is it is a discernment process. It asks you to consider what are your strengths, right, in terms of your ability And then it also asks you very pertinent questions, right? Of what kind of impact do you hope to achieve, with the friends around you, family members, right? Even your community. But of course, ideas are only worth something if you are willing to put it into practice. So the last section of this book, which I use for myself, and is what we call mastery with purpose, right? So the whole idea of mastery with purpose is to say that, okay, you need to commit, right, the right amount of time, build the right kind of networks, and gather the kind of resources in order to bring you to where you want to be. It's what we call time design, right? So this is a whole series of time design, how you choose to spend your time, because time is a very honest reflection of your, how much you value, right, the work that you do, whether it's mission oriented, and the people you choose to spend time with. And also it has very important questions about your networks, right? What are the people you hang out with, what kind of communities that you're volunteering for. I think at the end of the day, why do we need wayfinders? We need wayfinders so that we are very committed to the journey that we and the mission that we have signed up for. And so this is not a book that will give you answers, but it's a very honest and provocative, thought-provoking kind of wayfinding journal. So it doesn't require you to write every single day, but it does require you to sit down for a few days or over a few weeks to discern very carefully about who you are, what is it that you can gift to others through your mission, and then the last part of it is, are you serious about your mission, right? So I'm very excited. You can check it out in my master plan in consulars.com. And its design is inspired by the interior of the Pantheon, a 1,900-year-old structure in Rome, one of the largest domes in Europe ever built and still standing. And that in itself is a masterpiece. And I hope that, like Pantheon, your journey will stand the test of time, as in after any one of us has left the earth, we hope that our lives have been lived that have also enabled other people to rise because of our love for purpose and our love for others. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.